welcome to another episode of the Movie Brothers. I'm Ant. This is Kev. What's up, homie?
What it is, my brother.
Man, I'm doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. Also, thank you so much for joining us. Kev, before we get into the show, man, you mind if I make a quick little announcement?
Your name is on the marquee too.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, you know I was just being nice, right? I mean, I was gonna say whatever I wanted to say anyway.
Man, will you get on with what you got to do?
All right. Listen, it has come to my attention that I have said some things on some previous episodes that were offensive. And for that, I want to sincerely apologize because it is never my intent to hurt anyone. Kev, what are you doing?
I'm playing the world's smallest violin.
Oh, I thought you were rolling a booger between your fingers. Y'all see what I have to put up with? You know, I'm up here trying to open up my heart and be sincere,
hey,
and I got this guy
unload,
right here.
Unburden yourself, you know.
Okay.
Do what you got to do.
All right.
Get it off your chest.
I apologize. I am a work in progress. I'm working to be better, do better than I did the day before, okay?
As we all are.
As we all are, right? So with that said, I'm going to ask you to pray for me as we go into this review of 50 Shades of Black, okay?
And we needed prayer after walking out of this one.
Yeah, so timing couldn't be any worse from me trying to hold my tongue and cover a movie like this, but we're going to do it.
That's what we do.
All right, we're going to do this thing. 50 Shades of Black, rated R, has a runtime of 1 hour and 32 minutes. This is a Marlon Wayans film. It's what else? A comedy, okay?
That's using that term loosely.
Supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah.
All right. Marlon is doing a parody on 50 Shades of Grey among some other films sprinkled in there throughout. All right. And he is portraying this character by the name of Christian Black.
This film was directed by Michael Tides. I believe I'm saying that correctly. He is a co-collaborator with Marlon Wayans on some previous projects, such as Haunted House 1 and 2. It stars, of course, Marlon Wayans, Kaylee Hawk, Affion Crockett, Ant's boy, and Jenny Zigrino. I'm not familiar with her work, but she's supposed to be a very funny comedian. You want to jump into it?
Yeah, let's get into it. Hey, Kev, I hadn't seen a Marlon Wayans film. Well, a better way to put it, I hadn't wanted to see a Marlon Wayans film since Scary Movie. And that was quite some time
and you wanted to see that?
I did, man.
Okay.
It was almost 20 some odd years ago, but yeah, I did want to see it, and if I remember correctly, I did laugh pretty hard. All right, when 50 Shades of Black came across my desk, I was like, oh, okay, and me recognizing, hey, I'm not necessarily the target demographic for this type of film, but given the idea of it, the premise of, hey, let's parody 50 Shades of Grey, and I'm like, man, there's so much there to riff off of.
Right.
I was excited to see it.
Absolutely.
I was sadly mistaken, though, okay, because simply put, this film just ain't that funny, Kev.
Yeah.
And man, let's get into why. All right.
I mean, and really, I need no further evidence of my advancing age. Okay, other than the fact that I can find no common ground with Marlon Wayans' humor and myself. I'm obviously not in the target demographic, just as you mentioned earlier, because I just don't find a lot of his humor to be funny.
Okay.
This one is no different. In fact, it is mercilessly unfunny.
Yeah. Why is it unfunny? Okay. Kev, I caught one of the Twilight features last night, and it was maybe about 10 of us in the theater.
Right.
I will tell you, I was not alone in that theater. It took a good 5 minutes before anybody laughed. All right, and
that's surprising.
And that's a problem, right? When you're watching a comedy, you want to get straight to the funny.
Right.
Now, I think that at least for me, why I wasn't laughing is because we were being introduced to Christian Black, and lo and behold, Christian Black is a low-down, stone-cold criminal ex-crackhead.
Right.
Which totally threw me for a loop.
Right.
And I got kind of pissed off because I'm just like, what is this about? Man, it wasn't funny. I couldn't figure out where it fit into the story or even the parody from 50 Shades of Grey. I'm like, why the brother got to be a criminal?
Right.
And if that ain't enough, he got all these sexual inadequacies that, you know, as a man, you watching this, man, you'll straighten up real quick. Like, this is not a laughing matter.
Right.
But yeah, man, we started off on the wrong foot, Kev.
Right. You know, erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, bro.
Not a funny thing.
Hey, you get serious real quick on that one, all right?
The jokes in this film are an exercise in picking the lowest hanging rotten fruit that you possibly can. You see the punchlines to these jokes coming a mile away because you've seen the setup for these jokes millions of times before. There's nothing new here, and as a result, it's just not funny. Okay,
Yeah.
It doesn't tickle us anymore like maybe it would have 20 years ago, and you know.
Yeah. You know, also adding to the unfunny, all right? Dun, 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 dun. The N-word.
We just can't get through a review without him going down this road. But go on.
Hey,
go on,
man,
hit
look,
him
we
with
just
it,
came
man.
off a Hateful Eight, and it was, hey, nigger, nigger, nigger. In this one, what's up, nigga? Nigga. Hey, nigger, nigga, same effect. It didn't work, okay? It was out of context. There was no purpose in it. In this case, it's a comedy, right? So it's supposed to be adding to the funny, which it did not do. All it does is make things very, very awkward. Sprinkle in there. Actually, I can't even say sprinkle. Pour in the B word,
Right.
because men and women was calling each other bees and all this kind of stuff. It wasn't cute. It wasn't funny, man. And I know something else sound like a prude. This just maybe my age.
Well, here's the thing.
What's up,
is
Kev?
that-
Talk to me, man.
The thing is that handled by a comedian such as Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy, you know, the use of the N word or the B word or whatever, you know, in the right context would have been, you know, hilarious. But those guys are skilled comedians, or at least they were. Marlon Wayans is not there yet.
Yeah.
That's not what he is. He is talented. You know, I think you mentioned that he does have screen presence. Okay, he's got some talent. He got some skills.
Yeah.
However, he needs to stay in his lane, and this is not it.
Yeah, yeah, he has those things that you just mentioned, and I mean, look no further than Requiem for a Dream
There
if you
you
want
go.
to see how talented he is, and right, okay, what kind of acting chops he has.
Right.
He's got all of those skills. It's just the problem, and he has the screen presence in this film, and he's likable too. But just the thing is, it's a comedy, and he's not funny. All right, not funny enough. Kaylee Hawk, as you like to say, you know, her performance was serviceable. All right, it was fine. She's likable. She definitely played the role. She was girl next door.
Early
that
on,
whole
she
deal.
tried to spoof Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
By coming across as that mealy-mouthed, very insecure, inexperienced woman. Okay, who hasn't had very many experiences of the sexual kind, you know, and she pulls that off in a very funny way at first,
Right.
and then it just kind of goes away,
Yeah.
and you don't see it anymore.
Kind of gets abandoned, kind
Yeah.
of midway through,
Yeah,
jump
just,
ship.
just drops it.
Yeah, no doubt. Now the highlight for me, if anybody in the film, I'd say it was an Affion Crockett for me. Now this brother is funny as all get out. I know Kev I don't know if do you like him?
I
You think
like
he's funny?
him. I
Okay.
like him, but
So he was funny to me, all right. And when you're trying to get as many laughs as you can, right? You want to be, you know, it is a comedy, right? You know,
it's supposed to be.
You know, heaven forbid you laugh in it, but he had some of the funniest scenes in the film, and I give him kudos for that.
Acting like you are the Weekend, okay?
See, I'm laughing just thinking about it.
With a member about 3.5 feet long, that's just not funny to me.
It was funny to me though.
he had a blast with that.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, Jenny Zigrino, she's a comedian that I'm not really familiar with. She is
She
the
plays
stereotypical round away,
trashiest
trashy,
hood rat.
sexual transmitted, disease infested hood rat. Okay, that's who she portrays in this film,
Oh my
and
God.
you know she's pretty disgusting to behold throughout the course of it, and you know that's all I got to say.
All
about
right,
that.
did you get that out?
I just had to get that out.
Tell us how you really feel.
Just had to get that out.
Another problem, all right. I mentioned that there were other films, right, that are also parodied, you know, on. The problem is you don't no. It takes some work figuring out what those films are. All right.
Give us an example.
So Whiplash. They took a stab at Whiplash, and one of your favorite actresses, Florence Henderson. Is that her name? Is that right?
She's not one of my favorite actresses.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Sorry.
And the thing is that if you're going to parody something like Whiplash, okay, well, if you're going to parody something at all, it needs to be something that the general populace is familiar with. Not very many people have even seen Whiplash.
Okay.
Okay, even though it is an outstanding film.
Yeah.
So if you're going to parody it, make sure you parody something that everybody knows about. And as far as Florence Henderson is concerned, all right, Florence Henderson, who played the Brady Bunch matriarch, and Jane Seymour, okay, they show up in this film, okay, in some of the most thankless, ridiculous roles ever. And they're only there for one reason, and that is to be the Barbara Billingsley of this film. If you've ever seen Airplane, then you remember Barbara Billingsley. She was the one who said, "Excuse me, stewardess, I speak jive." Okay, okay. She's the one who spoke jive in the movie. That's the only reason why they're there, in order to play against themselves, okay, and give us something to laugh at, you know. But it's still just not funny, and it's painful to watch them in these particular roles.
You sound hurt and offended, Kev.
Actually, I was a little bit. That was my
There.
childhood, you know. My childhood being messed with, okay? The script, it tries too hard to parody something that was laughably bad to begin with. Let's be honest. 50 Shades of Grey was not a good movie. Okay?
No, it was trash.
It was trash. So if you're going to parody something that's already one step away from being parody in and of itself, that's kind of overkill.
Yeah, no doubt. Kev, can we throw some points on this thing, man?
Let's go there.
Okay. This film is again not.
Jive.
This film is just not very funny, all right? There's some crude humor in there. This film probably gets a record for the number of prosthetic testicles and penises.
That's not a record that I need to see broken.
And pubes that are flashed across the screen.
I did not need to see that record broken.
Happen to be some of the funniest scenes for me, but that is few and far between. Everything else is pretty flat, and the jokes are old and tired, and you know, hey, white people like this and black people like this, girl, boo boo, and all that kind of stuff is played. All right, boo boo. You ain't never known nobody call somebody boo boo. All right, don't get it. You ain't got your little education. Now you don't know none of this stuff. You know exactly what I'm talking about up here front. That was probably your nickname, boo boo. Anyway, I digress. Okay. I give this film a 5 out of 10, all right? It's not very good. I did have some laugh out loud moments, but not enough of them.
Okay. Laugh out loud, seriously. I saw Marlon Wayans on Huffington Post, I think it was yesterday, and he was remarking about everything from hashtag Oscar So White to creating award-winning films by black artists, okay, and what it's going to take to make that happen when black artists are given, a fraction of the budget that white artists are given to make these films, okay. But all that comes across now as cruel irony to me as I watch this movie, because this movie is just flat out horrible.
Oh man,
it's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. It is not a good movie. In the
words of Charles Barkley.
Yeah, it is not a good movie, and it's not something that should be representative of what he's saying that we should be doing, which is putting ourselves out there in the best possible light and making award-winning types of films. Because we are capable of it. he's capable of it. Like you said, Requiem for a Dream, he killed it in that movie as an actor. And maybe maybe drama is something that he should get back to. But that being the case, I give this movie a 3 out of 10.
Ow! Man, Kev.
Hey, man, I calls it like I see it.
It is what it is. I gave it a 5. Kev gave it a 3. I think you see, and maybe this is your first time watching the show. You've been watching us for some time, but you know we don't play that. We give favor to the black films and different type of way for other films. We call it like we see it. Whether it's you black, white, green, purple, or whatever you are, we are reviewing the film. And just because it's a quote unquote black movie, if it's bad, it's still bad. All right.
Like
we still love you.
Like you, we love movies.
Yeah, we love movies, and we're gonna call it like we see it. And we're always gonna hold that high level of integrity because we owe it to you. As Kev likes to say, you're spending your hard-earned ducats out there, and we hope that you're looking to us to make that decision on whether you are or are not gonna see that film. So it is. That's what it is.
To help you make that decision.
It'll help you, right? It'll help you. But that's what it is. Ultimately, though, you decide, and a lot of you do decide, and you go and see it for yourself, and then you comment back to us on our channel, which brings me to mention subscribe to our channel.
Absolutely.
All right, we very much appreciate it. We love it when you do it. We love it when you talk to us. We respond to every single comment that's made, as long as it's appropriate, which at most 99% of the time it is. So we had a few clowns do some silly stuff, but anyway. Social media, Instagram. Follow us on Instagram.
Or you can follow us on Twitter at The Movie Brothers.
Yep. We're also on Facebook. We have a Facebook group, The Movie Brothers. We'd love to have you as a part of that and have a conversation with you. And
be on the lookout for the relaunch of our website very soon.
Yes. Ooh. Yes. So excited about that. I can't wait. But yes, as Kev said, we are relaunching our website. We're going to do something very, very big around that. Just stay tuned. In the meantime, we are the Movie Brothers, okay? I'm Ant, this is Kev. This is the place, the one and only place where we bring you nothing but the real on the real. Peace.